I am so excited. I have green hair algae. Welcome back to the Smallscape. Yes, I actually am kind of excited that I have green hair algae in one of my tanks. This is a tank that I set up recently that actually, well, it's been the inspiration for a number of videos because it's the tank that just keeps on giving. And now we have green hair algae. Why am I excited that I have it? Because I can make a great video. We get so many questions. What do I do if I have algae? This kind of algae, that kind of algae. This one is green hair. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do, how to get rid of it. Tools that I will be using: long-handled tweezers, any kind of a brush. I'm just using this little cheap paintbrush. You can use anything. You could use a toothbrush, but to get into the little nooks and crannies of this particular driftwood, that won't work because the brush is actually on the wrong side. Long scissors as well. Now, the name of the game when you're trying to remove algae is to remove or lessen the conditions that allow it to grow and be really happy. So the first thing I will be doing is cleaning out as much of the algae as I can, and then reducing all of those happy conditions that allow it to grow. So first thing I do is just remove any of the algae that I can get to. Now, I should have just taken out the manzanita branch. As you can see, it's not even attached anymore. I do take it out eventually, so just disregard that. Remove anything that you can that's loose. I've just left this manzanita out of the tank for right now to allow it to dry until my situation is better. But anything that the algae can attach itself to, even some plants, if it's attached itself really well and kind of covered a lot of leaves, I would even remove maybe the whole plant and kind of clean it off as much as possible. This little brush is really great. Kind of think of it as cotton candy. It's kind of fun. Also, a lot of my plants are getting moved around, which is totally fine because I didn't even attach the buse in the back, so that's okay. A good gravel vac always helps the situation, and I think one of the things that contributed to this case was, well, the gravel or the sand that I used when I did this scape. It was old sand, and I don't think I really cleaned it as thoroughly as I could have, so I think there was just a lot of detritus that was still left in the tank, just not helping matters much. Now, after you're done cleaning your tank, after you've removed as much of the algae as you can, you'll see that there's still some in there. That's okay. What you'll do is just your regular cleaning, which I did. I cleaned the little sponge and did some glass cleaning, just your usual maintenance. And then after filling it up, I wasn't very careful either to try not to hit anything, so you'll see a lot of stuff coming around, but the filter will catch a lot of that, and then you can also go through with a net to get some of that out. The most important part is reducing the light, the duration of the light, and also the intensity. The only way you can really reduce the intensity, unless you have a fancy light, is to add cover, and that's floating plants, and hornwort works wonders. They both grow really fast and they do block a lot of the light. I did check my nitrates. I didn't beforehand. I don't know, what a dummy, but they were still pretty high. Even after 50% water change, they were about 20 parts, so that's still kind of high. I'm curious what it will be next week. And I will update you next week to see how this tank is looking. Sometimes it does take a couple of rounds to do the same thing, removing the algae and then also adding some more hornwort and floating plants, because it will just be like a magnet. It will soak up all that stuff, and you just pull it all out and load some more in, and we'll see what it looks like. So hopefully this helps you, and I hope you look forward to next week's video.